a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
This one fielded at the 5.
And they're going to have very poor field position as he's out of bounds at his 7-yard line. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he is not going to get the first, but remember, it was only first down, so a bit of an odd play, and it results in second down. I got to tell you, absolutely no clue what just happened there, none. But I do know it's now second down after the fake. And look at this, the punt team is out there. Somebody better give them the memo that it's second down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And what a golden break here. This ball is going to be touchdown, but just outside of the red zone. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This one fielded at the 5.
And a pretty poor return as he will dive to the ground to give himself up.
At their own 15-yard line.
And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Browns will take over first and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where?
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Schwartz.
Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Steelers nothing. Chase McLaughlin will kick off for Cleveland.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He'll drop to throw. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away.
And this returnable for Rager.
35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Second and 10.
First carry for Nick Chubb. Fancy footwork at the 45. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
This defense for the Steelers, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and it's picked up by the... Now a loose football. The ball comes out. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. Touchdown, Browns. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Rolling to his left. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 16 yards there. 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another first down. Now Allen. Touchdown! Nick Chubb hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0.
Steelers, nothing. Chase McLaughlin, the kickoff for Cleveland.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
To throw is Myers. Looking to throw on 2nd down. It got his man complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Takes it at the 7th. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Chubb will get the call, running left. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 17-7 the score on EA Sports. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Here's Allen to throw it. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Allen's throw is complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play that time through the air, 33 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Allen off the play fake. They'll roll him out right. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Keep it deep. 3.
Here's Myers on 3rd and 2. That's swung out wide to Harris. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up 4th down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. They'll try and throw for it here.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements. Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Dancing to his left. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Allen now looks to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Anthony Schwartz
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
The throw for Claypool is intercepted.
He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Drops it off for Chubb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
But they've certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Play action. Now it's Allen.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Allen.
And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. Third and 10 wasn't going to be easy. Now after the holding penalty, they have to deal with a 3rd and 20. To the air, Allen.
And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That'll be a gain of 16, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
Heinz Field has always been a tough place for field goal kickers. It's just a very heavy side, plus you've got an open end of the field with wind coming off the Allegheny. And sure enough, he kind of chunks this one, and it's no good.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
I'm on. 52's the mic, boys. 52. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Check. Hey, smash. Check. 52's the mic. Night, sweetheart.
They're going to look to throw. Looking deep here for Ebron. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going to try and throw. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They toss it left side to Chubb. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
65 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
On play action, Allen on the move to his left. And this is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. A beautiful fake. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward.
He showed off the athletic juke, but it didn't buy him a whole lot of real estate. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
McLaughlin now for the Browns field goal.
From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now.
So no touchdown that time, but they do get 3 more, and now they have even more of a cushion.
It's been a terrific first half offensively, so it's hard to blame them for not getting into the end zone there. But the way they've been moving the ball in this one, I don't think these will be their final points of the game.
Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive
as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now Myers, off play action. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Boswell on now to kick this one away.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Back around his goal line. Here's Allen.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's letting this one go for Fuller. He's got a man complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Coming up on 2nd and 7. They'll get this quickly out to Claypool.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Harris.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Najee Harris.
His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Browns drive about to get started. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Throwing now is Allen. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he's got some space here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw pulled in by Hopkins.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Allen going to throw.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another 1st down. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. Chubb will have the 1st down and much more. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Following the penalty, Chubb unable to corral him. He fights through. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
76 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
On play action, Allen steps away. Finding room to the 20. And now look at this. Big gain, but fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Browns drive about to get started. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
To throw, it's Allen.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And running with power here. And out across midfield down to the 45.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter. But the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game. And trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Able to fight through one tackle. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Steelers are right back in this football game.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Chase Claypool.
An 80-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Browns drive about to get started. And don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And again, it's Chubb. Shedding the tackle. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Allen. They'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Allen's throw taken in by Slayton.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Allen now on first down.
Throw left side. There's Schwartz with it.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 4-yard line.
Allen off the play fake. Out to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Schwartz
with touchdown number 3 here in this game, and 17 now on the year.
And the Browns are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. He'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Buying time to his left. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
They'll throw here, hold in. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Being chased out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Harris. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll drop to throw. Here's Fuller with a catch. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They'll run with Harris. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Looking to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Myers to throw on 2nd down. And this will be caught by his big tight end, Ebron, for a Steeler touchdown. Eric Ebron, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. They'll look to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Allen to throw. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this is caught. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Allen will try to throw for it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. The play-action fake, they'll look to throw.
Able to connect with Fuller. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run.
The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll drop to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Makes the score Browns 50, Steelers 28.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because...
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Harris. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again, because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Watch 52. 52's the mic. 18, Pioneer. You better bring. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring. Check 50. Check 50. Check 37. Check 37.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. A.J. Boye with a pick.
And the Browns come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians, as this ball game is now officially over.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cleveland, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.